think these are 18. Yeah. And I think the bolts in the back are 15, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. And then the bracket bolts are 19 millimeter. And the bracket. I don't expect these to fight me too much. Oh. Not at all. Well, spoke too soon, possibly. What's happening is the brake shoe in there is binding up with it. Look at this dog shit. I was going to try to do all this keeping this in here, but I don't know if I am now. So I later found out that the reason I was having so much trouble getting that drum off is because this clip right here, that thing, you got to get this shoe behind there. I don't think I had done that last time I had it off. So it's allowing the shoe to shift forward like that and bind up inside there. So you got to make sure you get the shoe, let's see if I can show that better, behind that clip. I kept reading all these different threads on the forum, and a lot of people were having trouble with these Torx bolts, the top two Torx bolts here. I basically didn't even try to mess with them. What I did was I went straight to the torch and then used the impact just very lightly with the Torx, and they both came right out. I mean, it was no problem at all. If I didn't know any better, I wouldn't think anyone would have trouble with them, but obviously many people have, so we'll see how it goes on this side. You know, famous last words, right? Breathe a collective sigh of relief for that one. Alrighty, bottom two are usually not a problem, so take those out real quick. So this is what the kit consists of. You've got the actual caliper mounting bracket, and then these spacers here. They are actually going to go behind this dust shield here to basically space this thing out to push the brake shoe and all that closer, because here's the deal. This is your the depth of the stock rotor. There's the depth of the Z06 C6 rotor. The parking brake shoe fits in there. like that. And then this is the 06 Monster one. Is the same. So, given the differences in height between the hats, or I think that's what those are called, something has to space the entire mechanism out to be able to make contact with this rotor. So that's the purpose of those two things. So a problem I ran into on the other side is I couldn't remember how I got the stupid shoe off. And I got this thing all shimmed out with the spacers behind it, and then I couldn't get the stupid brake shoe back on. And I thought maybe I needed all this room behind it, but hopefully I can just look on the video and see exactly what it was that I did. I guess it was that. Yeah, I need the space behind it. So I'm going to have to get those things in there with this loosely hanging around. Hopefully it won't be too in the way. Just going to kind of stick it in place. And the brake line, the hard brake line here, is actually pulling back on the dust shield anyway. So it's kind of just pinned in there anyway. So see if I can just get a bolt started through it. That'd be great. Let's at least get a couple threads going on it. I think that's started. All right. Now if we can turn this. I looked up the specs for the Torx bolt and the other bolts. They're way too high. So I'm not going to do that. One of them's 65 pounds and one of them's 55 pounds. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm going to tighten them to 35 pounds. All right. So the spacers are installed. And the shoe's in place, luckily. So we'll see if I can try to get this in there, in place. I have to turn this. Okay. Very good. This thing with the little push rod in it will go in on the other side. Orienting these, see how it's got the slot? Can you see that? The slot going vertical so that it fits in with the, see how it's already on there? So I've got to get this spring installed. And it clicks onto this hole over here with this part facing out. And then you have to stretch this out to the part that's actually connected to the thingy. So we're going to see that. Now on this one, I used a long skinny screwdriver. Oh, you bitch, don't do that. Okay. Right there. I think you can see that. So make sure that's clipped onto that part. Get this shoe down there now. I don't see it already. There we go. Gotta get it. Get those two things. There's that. Okay. All right. So that's on.